What's up, Gwenters? I've got Girth for you, because you know it's way better than length. This is basically a Trish Meteor Shower deck. We've got a thin package here with the discards. We got Coral, Berna. And then we also have Mask of Orbos that usually gets you pretty good on the thins, and the portal will seal that off as well as Artist. So you've got a lot of thins with this deck, as well as some really good value. Sucrus is incredible, even if Artist dies. Sucrus is amazing, and I'll show you how. Oh, on Warhammer 3, I'm doing corn. I'll tell you about that in a minute, though. And I'll stream it for a little bit. So, and then you need 3 4 provision cultists, because if 2 of them get pulled with portal, you need to be able to grab a third one with artists. Remember, it is only a 4 provision. I do not like the bear abominations, even though you can ping them down with played hermits and stuff. The hermits and cultists are just a little bit better. Though I guess you could swap the cultist for a bear abomination and then drop down a priest. But I only have 1 priest. Actually, we could trade out the priest for the bear witcher, but the body is helpful. Okay, I'm gonna make this tweak. Now that I'm talking about, I've played like 20 games with this deck. This is how I always feel about every deck. So if you ever send me a deck and you're like, "Oh, why'd you change things?" Like this is just how my brain works. Here we'll do a fanatic. Okay, this is the best pull with artists. So you do kind of want to get artists before you do the portal, but it's not the end of the world if you pull this out and then you drop down a priest, so that works. Raging Bears are actually really nice. They're helpful for veterans. They also give you point slam with Olaf. They also are helpful with the Dire Bear. And then if you notice everything else, like Morkvarg, priests, skirmishers, this turns into a 6-point unit. Those are the lowest things that we have for point value, because the general idea and thrust of this, nah, we don't need a tech. This is all point slam, baby. Oh, you'll see. But the general thrust of this is just to slam down a whole bunch of points all to one row and then drop down Triss for boost. The only thing to really be cautious of is if you don't get the Dire Bear damaged, he'll prevent the boost on your own row. And if the Dire Bear is sequenced, like if this was my row and the Dire Bear was like right here, then these 3 will get boosted, but then these 3 won't, because he'll be healed again. So that's I would say the biggest thing to look out for is that. So let's go and show you guys how it works. I think I'm at like what, rank 3? What was that? I think I started at 4, so I think I've ranked up once this season. You know what's killed it for me? They released Rome Total War and Medieval and Barbarian Invasion all for iPad. So like I don't play Gwent while I'm falling asleep as much anymore. It's like, dude, I'll just play Rome Total War. The greatest. Like, that game changed my life. Genuinely. I changed my major because of it. Like I always wanted to be a lawyer, but I didn't always want to do lobbying, and that really changed for me when I started studying like Roman and Greek history and the importance of the polis being involved in their democracy. Get educated, get involved. Don't be so convinced that your perspective and your opinion is right. Listen to what other people have to say. It's what I live for, baby.
Not your lucky day.
Stockpile, man. I haven't played against Stockpile in a hot minute. This could be a little bit rough with Stockpile. Okay, Fanatic goes back. This is actually good sequencing. And Hermit goes back. So you just want to keep the 4s in deck. These work great with these, but they're better with the greatswords. He goes back as well. Sweet. Okay, the one trick with artists is just that everything after him that you play ends up bad. So we start with Raging Bear just so it doesn't damage anything. If I had like Olaf in my hand, that might change my opinion, but I don't, so it's not a big deal. Muted generator. Okay, so I don't want to play a very long round here anyway. Should have stayed put in the Isles. Okay. Interesting. It's like a reasonably good deck. That's not really what you want, per se. But he's done it.
Ain't no country for the weak.
No country for the weak. Probably put one of these back. Nope. Ha ha ha! Then you can pretty much, like, with Muted Generator, I'm probably just going to pass here. Everything he drops down is going to come down at half health. He's got to kill Sucrus first. Which he could do if he just, like, used all of these. But then he's still also got to kill Artis after, so, yeah. Go ahead, buddy. Have fun. See how this works out for you. I could try to look at my camera more. Dude, I got yeah, dude, Rome is the best game. It's so good. It's a little tempting to play Garrett here. But I think we just pass. Muted Generator is gonna... He's trying to play everything deranged here to boost stuff in the deck for carryover. So we'll just say, nah, no thanks, bro. Come at me. See how it works out for you. Like, every unit you play is going to be half health. And granted, they are a lot of engines, so you could probably do it in 3 cards. But it's going to be tight. This is going to come down, hit that. That's fine. This should take effect after he plays the unit, so it's going to lose half after. So this will be like 11, and then go down to 5. Yeah. Get off my lawn! Okay, now we can kill it. But he's still got to deal with Artis. The nice thing here is I guarantee myself a long 3rd round, which I kind of want. All 3 cards, baby. All 3 cards. Oh, don't sleep on Artis. Do not sleep on Artis. Artis is just such a good. You don't think of his. Oh. Dang. I got my vaccine booster yesterday and it's kind of ruining me. But you don't think of him as an engine, but he really is, at his core, one of the best engines. Okay, I also like to do portals before I do Coral and Berna. This is good. I'm not going to fiddle. Well, I'm going to do one more. Because I didn't want that to happen. Okay, just drop him. It gets a little bit dicey, but I'm only drawing into 1 card here, so it should be okay. I just really need the Greatsword. And I'll get that because I'm gonna draw 1 card and then I'm gonna get 3 more between Berna and Coral. So I think I'll be fine here. Okay, Olaf's great. I want to hold the Skirmisher. Everything else here is pretty solid. Megascope is kind of the only thing that I'm not totally in love with here. But I'm gonna get 2 of these. I'll probably get at least a veteran, if not a Greatsword. So I'm okay. I don't love it, but I'm okay. Okay, and then you just need to make room on your range. So I suggest counting. So this is 1, 2, 3 bodies, 4 bodies. She's 5 because she has to go range. 6, 7, 8, and then 9 for a greatsword. I could alternatively go like with 2 units, but I like with a coral. But like coral is 3 points, so if I got 2 6s, it'd be 6 points. It was like coral and Berna instead of a mega scope with a greatsword. So that is technically 1 more point of boost value.
Opinions are like ours. Everyone's got one, but most of the best saddle.
I expect siege. Yeah. Nothing if not predictable. I might use this. I will use it. Even though it's only an extra 1. Well, no, we can hold. We'll be okay. We can wait 1. We'll clear them off when we get Burn It Down. Which, though, I actually should have waited on that because you don't want to roll into... You don't want to roll into your other Hermit. So we'll have to wait 1 turn. That was actually a bad move. This is fine. Okay, everybody gets to make choices. Doesn't mean that the choices are good. I genuinely don't know how to respond to that move. I think just misread the deck. I mean, he used out Nero on that. Okay. He doesn't have crew, so he might not choose to use it. He does anyway. That's fine. You can also just clear units off your row, by the way. This is a strange sequence of events. I really like Olaf here before the bombardment. That's gonna be nice. Okay. Fine, fine. Ah, seriously? That kind of sucks. Okay, I was hoping for something else. I'm not gonna get it, so I'm just gonna spend all of these now. I might get rid of this. I can probably get this down to 1. Come on, baby. Yes, okay, cool. And we'll just let Garrett finish it off. Or force him to use a boost here, one of the two. If he has oil, he should use it now. Idiot. Yes. Oh no, he can get it now. No, what a moron! I'm done with discards. I don't care about that. Oh. Not everybody can beat. Come on, you want to do it. I can tell you want to do it. Nah. Boom. Look at this point delta. I mean, he's probably got some good point slam. He's probably got some crazy stuff he's going to play still. Kind of sucks that we had to play Garrett to that row, but we're okay. So we'll go for veteran now. Onto whichever one of these does damage. Presumably I'll do some kind of random damage stuff here, maybe? Landsknecht. Okay. I've seen it all now. It's a weird thing to, like, be angry at. gonna miss out on one of these, as I just don't quite have the time to sequence it. Because I need this to go down by 2. So one of them will pop up at the very end, but that'll be fine. I think we'll be okay. Ha 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 ha! Or not! Yes! Okay, this is... Okay, I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, dang it! But... let's do it like this. Because it nets out to the ones across the board, but he will heal himself, so it does give me a little bit more flexibility. That's a weird choice. Like, I would have gone after this. Okay, boiling onto him. Okay, he just didn't realize that he could do that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I'll just, it doesn't make a difference one way or the other, so let's just play it safe. I have no idea what last say is going to be. Okay, Radovid onto this row. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. All these are low value units, so this for defensively is going to be worth way more points to me. I always like to be snarky. She doesn't boost herself, which is the only thing I don't really love. Oh, 16 points! I don't know. Probably gotta do this on ranged. Yeah. That's 5 more points. Let's see what last say is. Ho 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 ho! By the skin of his teeth! Oh my gosh! Oh, by the hairs on your chinny chin chin. That's a good deck for that, by the way. Carryover does really pretty well against this. It's like hand boost, muted generator does relatively well because you can stack the value at the end. And all of the units that you're using are low base value. So when I can't use Triss onto melee for value. So especially for that deck where you have a lot of removal engines. Or just lucky I didn't break the Hermit there. But drawing a greatsword would have won that for us. That would have been a like 2, 4, 6 point delta plus the boosts for an additional 2. Yeah, I would have changed the game, but you know, it takes what it takes. It returns. I actually kind of wanted to keep that. Can I have a way of pinning him down right now? Now I do. It's ironic. We'll just hold on to Raging Bear. We can play it into a dry round 2 as first play, or I can play it onto the Fanatic. So, weird choice. Something you can do, you can play Morkvargs next to these, and the Morkvargs will just take the heat. until it's dead. Oh, but I don't really want to do that. So let's do this. Dire Bear is just a damage sponge more than anything. And like he gets 4 points of boost off of Triss. He's really good against the one thing I found him really good against is against Kahir. This is gonna be the no, Archer. Interesting. Okay. Everybody gets to make choices. That's an even weirder choice. Let's go ahead and drop this guy down. And then usually what I'll do for these is just use one. That way he goes to 7. 7's just pretty difficult to remove. You can also play Raging Bear into the armor on Adept. You know, you got options. We are pretty good now. Okay, that's actually fine. I actually kind of like getting these down in earlier rounds just because they're kind of a pain for sequencing and you lose tempo value on them. Like they do play, I mean they're 4 for 10s onto Greatswords, so like they're really good value, but you have to wait a turn for them to kick in. So earlier rounds is just my preference. They also take up room on your row, so I like the artifacts out. That way I can stack a whole row full of straight up bodies. And the bear and the greatsword. He's gonna go for the kill, which is fine. That's honestly not a big deal. This is so much value, I can't not do it. Wait, why didn't he? I'm genuinely confused at this point. Okay, this will get him back up. Nice. I was hoping that she would come in. Let's just go for Skirmisher then. Save the other one. And then right now it's a 5-point delta, but remember we're gonna get 10 points here. So 15 now. You could also probably with this deck do Erendite. You are up for most rounds. Like sometimes people will take a lead over you, but it doesn't last for very long. This is such a flex. Okay, now this deck values winning, but like at what cost? Okay, let's do her now. We got value on the board, so. Alright, cool. I feel confident that we can get good value off of this. Berna. And this is really easy to, like, when the random damage hits greatswords, you just squeeze off one leader and they're back up to full strength. So, like, we'll just kind of lull him into a place of false security and then clinch up a bajillion points all at once. Okay, Bear and Skirmisher work great here. Let's actually do these two and keep Bear. Bear is still an additional point of value onto this Adept, so. Come on. Fine. Okay, let's go. We can do artist next round. So let's just do this, and we'll go for one of these. Tops them all off. Oh. Using Ring of Favor with 3 left tells me that he doesn't really want to play these that much, so. But he keeps coming. Okay, this is a really weird choice for me. Though it is, I mean, there's 6 points of value, so it works out. Okay, he's got no more passive engines. So I'm gonna do this. This is still 11 points. Yeah. Kind of think he's gonna pass here. Yeah. Cool. Okay, we just don't. I might just play this one card. So I just don't want. These are great for round 3, by the way. So even though Sucrose would be nice, I just don't want this because this is the one thing I can actually get with him. So we're just gonna take this, and then we'll try to get Sucrose for round 2, because Sucrose with Torsic Veterans is actually really helpful. We can play Olaf this round too, though, if he sticks. So we'll just play like. Actually, all of these cards are actually really good with artists, so we might just go for broke here. So he gets automatically healed back up. I don't care if she goes down to 1 point. Her point value is not on that. So I'll do Olaf here. This isn't really helpful because the armor still sticks. But it's a nice way of saying, go ahead, proc random damage, give me value back. See how it works for you, bro. I've seen worse, like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but he could. Ornate Sensor is prevalent in the deck, so you know, could happen. So the Olaf will swap with a 2. So I'm gonna wait to play Triss. She'll go down to 1. So. It's just kind of stuck because we're gonna have a bunch of 1s. So I'm just gonna hold this, even though it's value. I don't want it. And that is a 4-card round 2. 50 points. No gimmicks. No shenanigans. Just straight up Girth. And now if he uses Ornate Sensor, it's just going to swap Triss with Olaf. He has no damage, so he can't do that. So that's why I didn't use this. And we can just recline, relax, and watch the man despair at the thought of artists slaying whatever comes out of his hand. Oh, it's fun. It's such a fun deck. I highly recommend it. It's not gimmicky. It's kind of like that old meta breaker from a few, like 6 seasons ago. That was just cold, hard points. So that's how I came up with this one. I think it's going to be good for the next season. Like, we're going to see a lot of removal with Black Sun. So, it's very removal resistant. The biggest thing that it has issues with is carryover, and I don't know that's going to be as big of a deal. We'll see what happens with Northern Realms. So, anyway, I hope you guys, if you're watching on Twitch, enjoy the Gwent Open. If you are watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed, past tense, the Gwent Open. Hopefully this video will go up today. And I will see you at the start of the next season in 2 days. Until then, good luck on the path. Get out there. Keep on Gwenting. Bye for now.